What business school won't teach you that you need to know. I'm Alex Worley, joined by Emily Culp, CMO of Keds. She's going to help us answer that question. So, bottom line, what won't business school teach you?
I think business school, I should start, is an amazing investment. I think all education makes sense, but I do think some things are missing. And I think if I was going to quantify it, I think it's creativity. There are very few case studies that highlight creativity. And then I would say risk, a tolerance for taking risk. And then finally, one of the most important things that I think is lacking in business school right now is problem solving. Really, really robust, taking maybe ambiguous data and touch points and coming up with unique and innovative ways to solve a problem.
So let's break down those three things.
Sure.
And first of all, how do you teach creativity?
That is a tricky one. There's no question about it. I think part of it is just exposure. So even understanding that whether it's the arts or what have you, that's I think, quite intuitive way to go there from the creativity standpoint. But I think also it's a way you can be creative on how you look at data or different sets of information. So I think it's just employing different types of case studies that would have people flexing that creative muscle. So then when they go into other companies, they can rely on that skill set, if you will.
So someone isn't going to business school, that's something that they can probably do on their own too, right?
Exactly.
And then when it comes to risk, how do we incorporate risk into our lives to make sure that we're learning that?
I think risk, I had a phenomenal course when I was in business school. It was an entrepreneurial course. And what was really amazing about it was it basically was every week different entrepreneurs coming in. And they would talk about, they'd start the segment talking about how they failed, where they failed, and sometimes it was multiple times, how they failed, how much it cost them, which, by the way, is highlighting risk, and then how they are succeeding or how they're struggling now. And what was really important to me about that is it shows you can take a risk, you can fail, and you have to be resilient, and you have to keep trying. And then you can succeed if that's what you put your mind to.
Yeah, and then lastly, problem solving. What do we need to know about that, and how do we learn it?
I think problem solving, that's one of the things that you, of course, do learn in the case study method. But I think it goes back to a passion point for me, which is having a diverse group of people and really focusing on teamwork and collaboration. So when you look at even the business school makeup right now, there's only about, depending on which school, less than 20 or 30% are women. So right there, when you're going into case studies or problem solving, you're missing a key component to gender diversity and how you're going to come up with creative solutions. So I think there's an opportunity to really mix that up a bit more. So then you're coming up with different perspectives and coming up with better solutions.
So why do you think there is a lack of women in business school, and how do we get more of them?
How we get more of them, I think there's some amazing women. I feel fortunate I'm helping recruit for my own business school actively myself. I think it's talking about some of the concerns that women have going into business school, whether it's trying to balance family and work, thinking that it's black or white, you have to pick one, and having a safe forum to talk about what choices and trade-offs you have to make. I think there's another one, which is, again, it goes back to risk tolerance. And there's some concerns about applying to prestigious schools and getting the right jobs. So again, making sure there's a safe network and ability for women to see the path forward through that experience.
And again, it's good to take risks. It's good to
Absolutely.
Even fail, right?
Yeah, fail fast and cheaply. That's the key part.
So what are the benefits to going to business school?
I think the benefits, at least for me, one is actually community. I met some amazing people who I still keep up with who had a very diverse set of skills and experiences. And that, to me, opened my eyes to all the different types of opportunities out there, which I'm very grateful for. I think another thing for me was also just the exposure to the materials. When you have an opportunity, education, at least at the business school level, is very important, but it's also a luxury to have the time to sit there and read through case studies and learn from past companies or past leaders about what they did well and what they didn't is really helpful in informing you as a leader as you go forward.
Absolutely. Emily, thank you so much. We are here to inspire, inform, and connect a community of entrepreneurs. I'm Alex Worley, and this is Business Rockstars.